Hello, hello, and welcome to Simulacra Studios presents Trinity Continuum Aeon ASIYAH. I am your story guide, Scott. My pronouns are he, him. These are my awesome players. Their information is on the screen. When last we left our freelance scions, they got into a fight that was a little rougher than they were intending it to be. We
got rolled into a ball of Matumbo.
Yeah, I mean, Matumbo's got a loyal crew, and they just keep coming.
They just...
How'd that happen?
It was like John Wick 2. Where did they all come from?
Where'd they all come from? Exactly.
Oops, all crew.
Well, where did they all go?
I mean, they're all still there on the floor of that
crematorium.
cave.
The crematorium. That's where they're all
Yeah,
there.
Exactly. But yes, after that fight with Big Matumbo, the aberrant, the mutant wrangler and fighting ring operator,
The swellest guy.
well, just good. He employs people in need of anyway. But you dropped him.
Whether I want him to or not.
You dropped him off with Aeon, who were happy to take him, and then with some wounds and some confusion affecting you all, you guys all decided to go to a bar, at which there are plenty here on Absolute Zero, to lick your wounds and talk some stuff over.
Yeah, that's it. And he hands the drinks out, and just like I said earlier, I think it was a paramorph.
What the fuck?
What does that even mean?
Never heard that before. Alex is making notes, trying to get
I've
everything
only
down before
heard
she
the
forgets.
term
But
once from a very important person, and they explained to me that you ever heard of? She said it was some max shit, and I don't know what that means.
And I will say, literally, that is all you know.
Yes, and that's literally what I say.
is Max shit a saying, or
You can go ahead and make a humanities roll,
Yes.
I was gonna-
and make sure to add your specialty die from your Aeon path.
Yep.
Yes.
'Cause
I have geopolitical awareness, so...
That won't apply.
Okay, well...
if I
would
had
be-
the last name, that would be entirely.
Alex
yeah.
is the one that can make
Yeah.
this roll.
Only out... Okay.
I feel like it's related to a band from like early aughts.
four
Paramore.
successes.
No.
Paramore.
Successes.
That's a band. Very old band.
You remember early days of training when it was going over like the early history of the Aeon Society. Like that word paramorph doesn't click, but like you're putting some pieces together of like, yeah, there were people with abilities, including many people who just seem to have this uncanny luck and weird coincidences happen around them. And it was said that the founder of the Aeon Society, Maxwell Anderson Mercer, was a shining example of these people who you can't quite say they have powers, but that would be an explanation for how lucky they are and how lucky and good they are.
I'm thinking a bit about Shell in this one too.
Well, Shell's a superior.
Okay, I know that. Okay,
he's
This
told
is
you what
different.
he is, and
Right.
that is not that.
Yeah, this is some other weirdness.
This is some
new
other
to us,
stuff,
Yeah.
and it was kind of indicated that the Aeon Society knows about that sort of thing, but did not see fit to give you like a full lowdown on it. It's just sort of this attitude of, we know that this is a thing and we have it handled. Just be aware.
Well, here's what they meant by Max shit, I think. And then I explained that. That stuff I just said.
Oh,
That would make better
yeah, I heard
sense.
about that. I remember history class. Yeah, that makes sense.
So, you know how I said psychomorph was another term for what I am? So this is along those lines, but it's obviously not what any of us do. Yeah,
It wasn't-
it's not.
You're something else, but yeah, in the terms of not regularly showing up in the bestiary.
I barely noticed that those guys were sort of accumulating. Because you guys were paying more attention to that than I was.
That's why I said I didn't... I mean, I noticed, but I didn't have any better way to explain to you what was happening other than warp. But that wasn't it. They were just popping
Yeah.
into existence. It was weird.
It felt like they were always there, but I know
Yeah.
we killed all the
they definitely
aberrants,
weren't.
So, yes.
They definitely weren't.
Oh, yeah, that's my memory of what happened.
And they were
power.
materializing out of nowhere.
It's
That
active
was-
for right now.
And
So...
we didn't even get a chance to pull punches.
Nathaniel, for what it's worth, I will leave your name out of my report.
Thank
so.
you. I appreciate that.
I've thought about it. I've been granted certain latitude, and I think this applies.
Not that they would. It would be pretty hard. They'd have to do some digging. Even.
I'm going to leave your name and explanation of what any contributions from you out of it is what I'm saying.
I appreciate that. You actually see, as we're talking heavy beers, you actually slowly see wounds are actually starting to actively heal on him. I activated one of my powers.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I could have done that. I'm so sorry.
This is a biokinetic thing.
Oh, okay.
I can. It takes a little effort, but I can heal myself.
Okay. I don't think anybody else got...
I didn't really get dinged. My armor did, but I'll fix it back at the ship.
They just ignore me. I don't know why.
It's the pretty face.
Yeah,
I sure hope
Blondie.
so.
Maybe when you're holding Angel of the Lord, they'll take it more seriously.
Yeah.
He leans back. He's like, "Well, I still want to have some little R&R here because I hated that, and I also absolutely loved it at the same time."
I mean, dude, fixing a problem does feel good.
But that wasn't quite what I was looking for.
Yep.
Really a fan of
But
that.
we do need to think about what we're going to do. Like, what is the next step on this journey here? Because we could run down the Wycroft thing.
We're not supposed to yet. But we could.
But you guys aren't supposed to be anywhere near
We're not
there.
supposed to. We can't go back to the planet. Going back to Earth right now is probably a really bad idea.
Yeah, but no. Sometimes we have to do really bad ideas.
Well, mostly that, like, if we want to follow up on that, going to the Wyckoff flight is not a good idea. We're going to go there eventually anyway. It's
Does
just...
we have a name of where to start?
You have no indication
Yeah.
of when we're supposed to do that.
somewhere in the next, probably the next a few months, probably.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, no, I just said we have a name of one criminal contact who might still be there when we are in the area.
Yeah.
And, well, if we do go there, I may have some people I used to work with that can help logistically with that situation. Either find this particular person or get us in where we need to go.
Yeah, we all know guys.
You all know, guys?
We all know
You
guys.
okay? What's wrong with you?
That whole situation sucked.
You are 100% correct.
Yep. Don't particularly love just killing people. Don't really have a taste for it.
Yep.
No,
Was really, really hoping we could get away with it without it.
Yep. I
you didn't give us
thought-
much of a choice.
I know. That's
What?
the worst thing.
That's
That's
why it was-
them.
That's why it was really, really hard not to kill him. But even though I don't like killing people, he was a real big jerk.
I have to remember this in the future. In those types of situations, I may have to pull on telepathy. I hate doing that when I can. Because if I can just make them all put their weapons down,
Calm down, yeah.
Well,
Well, listen. Well, I don't think bending people's will again, willy-nilly is fine. Making their will not murder me is a really good way to do it. You know.
also, that would save their own lives as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you're not pointing a gun at me, I don't have to shoot you with lasers.
I got too caught up in the violence of it all to think clearly about trying to do that. But I'll
Yep.
try to remember in the future.
Nope. The only reason I was even gonna use that on him was to stop the
Whatever.
weirdness.
Yeah,
Like,
to shut it down.
It seemed
yeah.
like an extreme situation.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, two extra mutants.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't have felt it against you if you had.
It's just.
Yeah, that I wasn't expecting. That was when things got very dicey in there because those guys got on top of us like that.
Well, I say we handled it about as well as we could. No one got too badly hurt.
No, I'll be all right in a couple hours. I'll be fine. You should get some rest. And
Yeah.
you should go relax.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, I need
I'm
to
feeling a
release
bit
all this
tapped
stuff.
myself.
I release all the other shit that I was
Actually, you know what? No, I think
that I
you should
committed.
do, if you don't mind me giving you a suggestion. After you're rested up a little bit, get some of your abuse, maybe go to the clinic or something. I doubt they have a Vitakinetic just walking around here.
I've done that before. It's a lot of work.
No, I mean, that's
I'm
up to
not-
you. I
That
didn't
doesn't
know.
sound relaxing or
Okay,
refilling at this point.
that's fine. I'm just offering suggestions.
Do we need to go take another beach vacation or something? Like,
No, I just need to sort some shit out.
All right.
Alright.
So, do you want to talk about this further with us, or is this something that requires introspection on your part? Because whatever it is, it's eating you.
Not sure. Maybe I should just go back to the ship.
You can do
I'll
that,
walk-
but that's a bit of a trip.
I'll
I
walk
know.
with you. Meet up with you guys later.
Okie dokie.
That's fine.
Yep.
So you guys are going back to the bay with the Starlight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just don't really feel comfortable just hashing out a whole bunch
Sure.
of emotional.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, you guys make your way back to the Star Dock. What about the two of you guys? What are you guys getting up to?
I am, unless you're probably going to do a bunch of navel gazing, aren't you?
Well, now that you've explained, no, I mean, with the revelation of, like, well, now that we kind of have a context for what Matumbo was doing, I don't need to look. I just wanted to. Have we seen something new, or is this something people understood? People understand it, or at least have seen it before, so no reason to worry
I have a
about it.
distinct feeling it's not something it's even rarer than like, what it is rarer than even my situation.
Sorry, I was just shaking my head at the camera for no reason.
For no reason at all.
I mean, I could if you wanted to, like, try to find more of them,
No, it's fine.
or be interested in looking for more of them as they might be useful as allies.
I think if they're going to be allies, they'll be allies. That's just the situation. But no, I'd say if we weren't going to do anything, we wanted to go get fucked up.
Oh.
Oh no, they took our ship.
Yeah,
Problem is, how are we going to get back?
They're not going to take the ship.
They're just going back to the ship.
Right, but we have no shuttle to get there.
No, we're
No, we're going to the Starlight.
we're going to the
Remember-
shuttle.
Oh, okay,
We're
never
going
mind.
to the
So-
dock.
Are
She
you?
wants to rest, and I'm not going to let her not talk about this.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we
I'll
took
just
the
get her
Starlight from
a
ASIYAH
private
to here.
situation.
Right,
Right.
I thought they were going all the way back
Oh,
Oh
to
no!
ASIYAH.
If ideally I could
Cat
teleport
therapy
back,
would be great. But
that is exactly what she would want. But yes, that is not feasible. So
Yeah, sure, the fuck up. Let's get fucked
Yeah,
up.
let's go.
Drink.
So we're really get drinking,
Drink the
we're get
pain
drugs,
away.
and
Drink the pain away. People still play quarters? I don't know.
numb it all.
secret. Don't play beer pong with me.
Don't play beer pong with me.
Oh my God, Telekinetic beer pong versus Clairsentient beer pong. Oh, that's gonna be a rough
You
one.
should sell tickets.
All right, so you guys commence party mode. Let's follow Alex and Asher
The
and
actually
Vega
interesting.
back to the Star Dock where the Starlight is waiting, all getting recharged and ready to go.
Yep.
I follow you in.
Yeah, she's like, God, I just.
I've seen you in worse fights. I don't think that's what's eating you. What's brewing here? And don't tell me you don't want to talk about it. We're on the team and we need to be able to trust each other.
It's nothing like that. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing after. Like,
Oh, aimlessness, you mean?
yeah. Like,
Welcome to the club. Until I get my job back.
I have. It just seems like everything. The future is just too far away and too massive to even comprehend, as far as like what I should be doing. What am I going to do? Am I going to make it to 40? What the hell? It's just.
You're going to make it to 40. We're going to
Yeah,
investigate.
unfortunately, I'll be 50 and complaining that I didn't die when I was 40.
We'll live long enough for our sins to catch up with us. Don't worry.
I just.
So, are you more worried because you don't know what to do next, or because you feel like you have too many things to do and you're worried you won't make it to do them?
I'm not sure what it is that I'm doing. Like, I'm not a doctor. I like doing it from time to time. It's interesting. It's a thing that I can do. It's useful. But I never said do no harm. I never signed up for that. That was not. I didn't join that order.
Clearly.
Yes. So I don't know. Something about that fight just really kind of highlighted to me that when this is all over, when we're done with whatever this is, where am I going to go? Where are you guys going to go? Like, what's the plan?
Well, eventually I hope to be back in full standing with Aeon and have my old job as an investigator back. And an analyst, but in the meantime, that's a good question. That's a possibility for you. I think they would probably find a place for you in your both affinities as well as aptitudes, even though they're at odds. But if not that, there are, well, you've been making your way as a freelancer for some time now, so.
Yeah, it's just, that's not a long-term feasible. Like, you either die in doing the job, or you're smart enough to call it quits and cash out.
So what, you're looking for early retirement?
Maybe? I don't know. Like, I feel like before I felt like before I didn't have the time to even worry about the future and what might be coming and what's next.
I see. Well, that is difficult, especially when we don't know immediately what we're going to be doing next. Having that downtime and a sense of aimlessness can be very tricky. Well, you know that last year we spent at Asher's place. There's always taking another one of those.
That is true.
Benders aren't the worst way to spend your time.
Yeah, but it's not going to be the same.
I don't know about... Well, yes, Damien won't be there, I suppose.
Yeah.
Until we... Well, maybe when the heat's down, he can come rejoin us. Is this brought on by seeing that someone else was able to have other aptitudes, psi aptitudes?
I think it's more...
Not feeling... Because it's...
Not feeling in control. Like, I was going to punch that guy. I was going to remove the Mutombo problem, and suddenly I killed somebody I wasn't even planning. Like they their heart just exploded.
Yeah, that was brutal. That wasn't you know, though. He killed that guy.
I mean...
You were the instrument of it happening, but he did it.
Right, and I get that, but it's still... The fact that it just also kept happening till all of them were gone. Till little Jimmy was gone, and list off, like, the names that he gave. Like, they're all dead. They didn't need to die. We could have talked that out. We could have just knocked them out. They could have...
For what it's worth, we were trying.
I mean, they were trying to kill us initially, but you had them behind a laser field. They weren't going to get past that. And then suddenly, yeah.
Well, one of the cruelest truths of the universe is we can't always control what other people do around us.
I know.
Father, forgive us for what we must do.
It's just got me in my feels about stuff.
Well, you know, there are other career paths besides pursuing your psi aptitudes. You're one hell of a pilot. You're not a bad mechanic. You could become a charter pilot if you wanted. You could become a smuggler full-time and just occasionally fix wounds as it comes up. Like this.
Well, that sounds much better than charter pilot.
Being a smuggler full-time? I thought that was the same job.
Oh, I thought you meant like a corporate pilot. Like,
well, I don't think anyone's going to hire you.
Fix that. I can wear a nice suit.
You got a rap sheet to be proud of, is all I'm saying.
I don't know.
Well,
But,
it's
yeah.
worth thinking about, but don't go to pieces, all right?
I won't. But I'm not going to be much fun here, so I won't blame you if you want to.
I'm actually going to be filling out paperwork.
That's
so
fair.
Let you and I not be much fun together while the boys go carousing.
Sounds good. Turn on
All
some
right.
music.
So yeah, we will move back out into the promenade of Absolute Zero. What do we find? What is the scene?
There's probably a lampshade is involved somewhere.
That's you.
Yeah,
That's all
yeah,
you.
probably.
I don't cover my
Not
There's a
landing
lot
on
of
the head.
party tricks because I can pull off doing the whole telekinesis thing and not look like a complete weirdo to most people because I'm just Legionnaire.
like most close-up magicians.
Yeah. So,
Oh, yeah, no one thinks those guys are weirdos.
yeah, totally going to a brothel, having a great time there.
You make those high heels work.
How do you know how pumps work? Watch The Expanse. It's great. Yeah, just having as they say, a rip-roaring good time.
All right.
Just having fun, not doing much unless there's something Ash wants to talk about.
He has no. You get the sense that Asher has come to terms, like in the brief conversations about anything serious or how he's acting. This is probably enough decompression for him for what's he's already killed people and he's not happy. But you know, it takes. He can kind of forgive himself when stupid magic powers he had no way of understanding. And be like, oh, God damn it, Doctor Strange. Like, I can't help it if a guy literally throws a dude in front of my gun.
Like you had no control over that. Like that's not something we can do. He's definitely not during this. If we're talking about any of that kind of stuff, it's like he doesn't really like that. Doesn't weigh on him because he got the job done. But you definitely, because being a people person, know him to be. He while he's not overindulging, he's having a very good time. Like this is a guy who probably hasn't had a good time like this in some time.
And Asher relatively stayed for a preacher's kid.
Yep.
His version of having a good time isn't a soldier's version of having a good time, so he is drunk. But when you're like, brothel, I'm like, I'm okay. I'm
gonna go to bed.
An arcade.
You get all the skee ball.
Pew, pew.
Good old whole arcade. There. Fun for what lasts you. Okay, so so you fill out your report to Aeon.
Yep.
Anything specific that you're putting in there, or just relaying the events?
Well, I do talk about his press ganging people into working for him, and that they might also be I know of two. There might be more who are in need of help, but just add that in. I do carefully leave out any mention, because I do go into a lot of detail about how the fight went.
Sure.
But I don't remember if there was any weird use of your powers. Alex probably would, but if there is, I don't mention it. I
Sure.
just,
Nothing beyond his.
I just
his
mentioned
normal
a team member
telekinesis.
did X.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Okay.
I also put in a request for a meeting with an Aeon therapist if one's available for my friend.
There is a therapist on staff at the chapter house for that one. You can absolutely sign her up using the affiliate program to get someone to talk to.
There's someone better than I am at talking about this kind of thing. I have their contact info and a time slot for you if you want it. I think you should take it up. You can always walk out if you don't like it.
Fair. I'm in.
All right.
Go to therapy.
Therapy is good.
Okay. So eventually, the boys come back. I'm assuming to the Starlight.
Yeah, there's a wham, thumbs up, and he passes out.
I'll just take your shoes off.
Roll them over.
Yeah, roll them on your side.
Put him on his side and put a little blanket on him.
Put a glass of water and some aspirin next to you for when you wake up.
That guy drinks like he doesn't want to live.
Soldiers.
He looks so happy, though. I wish I was ever that happy.
I used to drink like that.
It was like 2 weeks ago. It's not over.
It was literally yesterday. Come on.
Had more on. We had less on our mind then.
I know things are tough right now. Don't worry. We'll all drink like that again. We'll be irresponsible.
We will all be irresponsible.
We'll be a
together.
problem.
Okay.
Everybody's problem.
Well, I say we all sleep on it, and then if something doesn't happen to tell us where we're going next, I'm gonna open up my brain to the universe and let it dump a bunch of shit in there and see what happens.
Cool.
Because there's too much stuff.
Which path do we go?
Yeah, I need. Yeah.
Okay. So you guys eventually file your reports, just fall asleep and whatnot. So night cycle comes and goes, and you all wake up when you wake up.
Oh,
It's not super there's not a lot of space here. Like, you
Yeah.
definitely have,
Yeah.
like, crash couches that functions as beds.
Yeah, we have those like fold out, like this is sort of a bed that you can lay on and sleep on.
Yeah.
Like, no, like, I would say you don't even have those. You have, you guys have upgraded it, but, like, probably the most comfortable things are the, like, crash couches.
Oh, yeah.
The things that, for, like, high acceleration and
Oh,
whatnot.
Okay.
Because before, when this was the little Bobo, they had, like, very tightly pocketed grav crystal arrangements. Now it's got full grav crystals, but the chairs are still comfortable.
I do one more thing before I pass out. I send Shell on our a brief social message, however I marked that, of like, having noticed their chemistry. Hey, Vega might like hearing from you. She had a rough day. That's all.
You send that message off. All right, yeah. So day cycle comes on the absolute zero.
All right.
People start waking up.
Tacos and then revelations, kids.
Oh, that sounds amazing right now.
All right, let's roll out.
do.
We're getting tacos, and then we're going to have some revelations. It's going to be rough. I'm going to need 5 tacos.
I have time.
Five tacos.
It's a 5 taco
Vega, I may
morning.
need your help with my bio armor in a little while.
Yeah, no worries.
I need
Yeah.
to fix my armor.
It's bio armor. I can do it.
Nah, it's... I just need to spend some time with it.
I could fix
Gotcha.
Okay.
it. Okay, or you can.
It's like one side for him to fix it, right? Like,
Please.
I could do it not right here, right now.
Well, yes. Especially when we get a spare free moment.
Post tacos.
All right, yes.
Post tacos,
You guys head out onto the promenade. There are breakfast taco and other breakfast foods on available. The late night shift changes are coming in, and the early shifts are going on. A lot of working class people out here on the promenade. You're able to get some
Absolute
food.
zero. What seems to be? Is it mining? Is that the major sort of
Mining,
employer?
trade.
Okay.
It is kind of like the city of the asteroid belt.
Got it. It's a big interchange hub. So a lot of people coming and going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, more like mining offices than actual
Yeah.
direct mining here.
Right.
Like,
You got it. Okay. Oh, that's cool. That's an.
was my idea anyway.
I actually scanned from on my minicop just to see what is the scuttlebutt about when the Legion's supposed to arrive here.
Pretty soon. Like you, and then you got some contacts and whatnot from your Evocati. Pretty damn soon. Like there are many of the ships that went out to Chrome Prime have gotten back into the system,
Okay.
so they're like in transit. So within the next week or so, the first of them should be showing up.
Okay. I will let you guys know that. So like I don't think it'll be a huge problem, but if you want to be out of here by then, that's our timeline.
if we're hearing... go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was just saying they're great to party with.
Oh, no,
I
I would
don't-
love to, but I know
Completely.
you guys are also trying to keep a low profile.
We have... Depends on which legion we're getting.
Yeah.
That is
Oh,
true.
if we get them fly boys.
It is mainly 7th Legion.
Yes! The best!
the fun ones.
They were always the hardest to catch.
That's why they're the
Absolutely.
best.
All right, kids. I'm gonna go into my little hovel for a second and let the universe throw me around a little.
You do that. I think I got an appointment, so
Yeah.
I'll catch
Want me to
up.
walk with you?
I have an appointment with the universe.
Okay.
I'll make sure
Sure.
he doesn't fold inside out or something.
I can do it while playing
So you're
ping
heading
pong,
to the
but I
office
appreciate it.
Yeah.
For therapeutic assistance.
Yep.
For moral support, I won't intrude on your session. I'll just, yeah.
Yeah.
So what ability are you using?
Nexus surfing.
Nexus surfing. Oh boy.
I would like to, using quantum sense and just general narrative,
Yeah.
I would like to not
What's
ride
the
with him,
wave?
but be observant of what he's doing.
Right wave.
Because Clairsentients are actually a rarity. It's hard to actually pin one down.
Very few.
Yep.
They're real choosy about who they give this power to for some reason.
I wonder why.
It turns out being able to kill someone at 10,000 miles isn't really. It's kind of something they want.
Well,
to
you need a little help with that, but that's still really good.
Yeah, Vitakinetics are a dime a dozen.
Okay.
We are.
Make that roll.
Actually, Legionnaires are...
That is true.
Psychokinetics are diving dust.
Yeah, but
We need our shooty boys.
was that the write-up in the first one where it had like how many of each type?
It's still in there.
Oh, it's still in there. Okay,
It's
cool.
just not one write-up. They explain a little bit more
Yeah.
in each of the individual orders.
6.
6. Okay. You find yourself staring into the future, the present, the here and the now, and the then and the to come. You're seeking for changes, upheavals, things that could use some adjustment or waves that could be ridden. And you feel Earth is a simmering pot right now. There are things happening on Earth that you could intervene with. There are situations there, some that you know about, some that you might have to spend some effort finding out, but your senses are drawn to something a little bit more timely, something that various lines of the various paths that you could take are beginning to converge with things that you don't know, things that you don't understand about, things that could use an X factor. And you're brought back to one of the points of data from the monolith, Sideria. That system that you know is like the place you need to go to start investigating that. You remember the research that you've done. You remember the sense of like occludedness. Like the stars, something is hiding something there, in a psionic sense, but also in a very real sense.
Yeah, because I remember I walked out, I stepped out that far, and basically it was like there should be something, but all I see is a vast openness of like nothing.
But you see sort of like the popping in and out of existence of potential energy before the Big Bang, and that sort of energy neutral zone. You sense the bubbles starting to roil and pop. Something is going to happen in that area of space that is connected to Sideria.
And what did I feel?
In terms of, you're looking through your subquantum sense.
I got 4 successes, by the way.
And what you see, you just see Psi. You see Psi ebbing and flowing through him, like ripples and waves coming out from the deep and washing back from him. It's very like psychedelic in the way that Psi is acting around him. Definitely, it is having absolutely no effect on the real world. It's having purely on the noetic medium. But yeah, you see this sort of like Psi waves and flows and kaleidoscope configurations as he is at the center of various pushes and pulls of Psi
My
energy.
main question here is I'm getting zero sense there's any sort of outside manipulation.
Not that you can tell.
Okay.
This is just Psi doing his thing.
Right. He's paranoid.
Yeah.
Psi doing Psi things.
And after a little while, actually, I can ask some questions.
Yeah.
To get a little bit, let's see, I can raw information. Okay. Well, okay, cool. I'm going to reach for, since it's back on Earth, one of those lines. I'm going to reach for at least the name of one of the organizations that is part of the simmering on, or be outside the FSA.
Outside-
Obviously, we know the FSA is on fire. Like, I can probably see that much. But I'm wondering if any of the other orders are pushing or pulling anywhere on Earth right now. Sorry for asking a deep one.
I mean, yeah, the orders are doing stuff all the time.
That's kind of gonna, well, mostly that's gonna bump up against us. Like, who's close?
Close to you guys. Okay. Since you're asking about the orders specifically, you actually do get drawn to the FSA. And you kind of get a chill up your spine when you think about Orgatech. Like, something with Orgatech is going to move into a different phase shift. And it's going to impact you, but it's going to impact a lot of things.
So, I'll press forward to burn up what's left of it. Do I sense a schism or some sort of lack of cohesion within Orgatech, or a tightening?
Definitely a schism will be the result, one of the results of what's happening with
Right.
what is going to happen with Orgatech.
Okay. So, pops that.
And you and just like a little bit of imagery, you remember the news reports that you heard about, like what's happening in New York, about how all of the like the Muzzy and Bang kids are like low key like asking for the press. Like many people are asking for Alex Cassell to make a comment on this festering, this spark of rebellion that is starting there, and that he has been silent.
Right. That's the proxy for...
Yeah, that's the proxy for Architect, yeah.
Gotcha. And just as a political note, he's the head of the Psi Order,
Yes.
but also
The president of the company.
the Corp.
Yeah.
The Corp.
There is,
Yep.
The company is Orgatech. The Psi Order is Psi Orgatech.
Psi Order.
And he's in charge of both of them.
Yep.
No conflict of interest there.
Nope,
So-
absolutely not.
So, I'll pop up. It's like, okay, that's good. All right, that was easy.
I had a feeling you didn't finish your last taco.
Oh, yeah, I always leave one for afterwards. I'm always hungry. Oh, yeah. Really burns calories doing that. Yeah, I know where we go. I know where we got to go.
Okay.
I pull up the map. I pull up the star map, and it's like, see this void zone here? That's not actually... this is the entry point to Siberia, or something like Siberia.
What's Siberia?
It's one of the... It's hard to explain, but it's one of the key phrases that got burned into our brains.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I kind of know where some of them are, and I've found this. Honestly, I did. We're gonna have to ask. We might have to. How far out is that system?
It's about 10 light years out.
Okay, so we're gonna need another teleport assist to get out there.
Okay.
But that is, well,
You've already like recorded the coordinates.
I
for
remembered
it.
that much. That there was something.
So we just need someone to register it and then take us out there?
Yeah, we can. I mean, I can just hand it over to. I can ask. We can ask them, but I do need to. Wait, is everyone here right now listening to me?
No,
they're
we're
off
off.
doing something.
They're off doing something. There's something Orgatech related that might be coming up, but I'm not sure. I don't think it trumps going out there. And if before you ask, Orgatech's gonna break somehow, and shit's gonna go hit the fan. That's
Please tell me that one again.
yeah.
Well, it was going to happen one day or another.
Right. It's just we're on a. I think recent events possibly due to couldn't have possibly had anything to do with it. Something I personally had anything to do with, but things may have heated up to the point where we might have moved the time scale a little.
Well, like I said, sooner rather than later is generally better, in my opinion.
So I just I just send you guys each a message. It's like, it's Siberia.
Okay.
Yeah. So at the chapter house, you have a pretty calm, pretty tame, sort of level setting meeting with like an Aeon certified therapist. It's not very in depth, just because it's just kind of a
Getting
to know you,
yeah.
establishing things, and probably like the biggest takeaway, because they understand that you're a scion, you have a hectic life, and you're probably going to be popping off to some adventure soon. They really go out of their way to reassure you that these feelings are very common. That scions, even in orders, go through a lot and have questions about, like, is this my life? What am I, like, what do these powers mean? What all of the questions that you're asking yourself are questions that scions ask of themselves in many different life scenarios all the time. It's not, you're not a failure or weak for having these problems. They're very common because you're a person with a great deal of power, and that has unique challenges. So they kind of like walk you through that and say, like, this is normal. This is normal to be having these thoughts. This is normal to be dealing with these problems, and you're not alone. They try to really reinforce that when they talk to you about it.
Okay.
But yeah, so that session goes by. Are you going to be doing anything or just hanging around the area?
I am just waiting right outside the door like I said I would. Probably just dicking around on my phone.
Sure. Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, I will say that you guys can reconvene in the afternoon after all this.
Yep. So.
I'll actually, probably while we're waiting for him, I've already gone through some of my gear, checked it out, make sure everything's good. Just kind of a general routine that he would go through, just to pass the time and make sure everything's ship shape.
Yep.
Do you seem at all more at peace on our way back? Are you distracted, or are you willing to chat about some whatever stuff it is we chat about? Engine specs.
No, she seems less anxious.
That's good.
That's probably the best way to describe it.
Too bad there's no special Vitakinetics for the mind.
Nope. Fuck that shit.
Well,
There are.
No,
There are.
Victorious absolutely does help with
Oh,
mental
yeah,
problems.
no, it definitely does.
Yeah.
It's just like, nope. But, yeah, no, like, meet up, get lunch, whatever.
So, yeah,
Ooh, tacos.
yeah, more tacos. So I did my thing, and we've kind of, we have known where Siberia was, so I guess, that's...
That's the thing.
I would prefer to wait till we're on the Starlight, but I'm going to need more context.
Yeah, well, we are.
Well,
So
give
we'll
me
just,
what is it?
Yeah, you guys
Yeah.
have reconvened at the Starlight.
Yeah.
but,
We got order
it's-
out.
Yeah.
there were 4 words on the colonies, on the thing that the colony infected. There was a monolith
Yep.
with the 4 words: Siberia, Eden, Bifrost, and ASIYAH.
Yeah.
Do I know about Eden? Can I make a roll?
I think we mentioned
told
it.
you.
We just told
Yeah,
you.
Yeah.
They told you about it.
Okay.
We just.
Oh yeah, you guys
Yeah.
did. It's like,
And
so you guys haven't gone there.
well, we haven't. Well, we were in the middle of a revolution, but now we understand where everything else is, and we know what everything else kind of is, but except for Siberia, because we haven't made
No.
the jump out there
No,
yet.
that's fine.
Yep.
Then that sounds like a great
So-
place
Not in a hurry to go back to Earth.
That being, well, funny you should mention. By the time we're back from whatever that is, something will have happened with Orgatech.
Oh, fuck them.
It's going to be
They
big.
are one of the.
I know. That was my order.
Oh,
Fuck
I
'em.
didn't know that.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, we were all from somewhere, but
Fuck 'em.
I think there's going to be some kind of grand display of some kind. I can't quite tell what it is, but it is going to have pretty long-lasting effects on everything. So we'll likely be,
Sounds up his alley.
well,
Wait.
yeah,
Alexander, he's the proxy.
proxy CEO.
Yep.
Alex.
He hasn't.
No
part
relation.
Part of,
Yep.
Remember when I talked to you about the thing that I don't like talking about too much?
Well, you do that a lot. Which one?
The way them.
Yeah, them.
Oh, yeah.
Them.
Is he gonna? Oh, you think he's gonna Oh, you think he's going to tell everybody?
No.
Oh, that would be
No,
awful.
they're going to be in the driver's seat.
Oh, you think... Oh.
I would say he's the puppet.
Well, he hasn't been hurt.
But I haven't been close. Detecting them, I have yet to detect one close. It takes a very particular... You have to be aware of them, and you have to have the right set of tools around to get the idea that if they're around or not. If they're puppeting around someone.
Is it possible to see them with subquantum sense that we share, or is it...
Not... You can't see them.
We'll see
you
that
can
they're...
see what they're doing. You can... So...
See
actually,
the
thank you
exertion.
Thank you for pointing that out, because you do have this ability. Subquantum can sense the possession. So if you look at someone and go, you feel the possession in them, that will not tip them off on what you're doing. If you try to poke in their head, they will become aware of you and they will disappear.
That's unfortunate.
And the only way to ID them, as far as theoretically, I haven't tested this, but supposedly this is possible. If you're a biokinetic, you can sense for the type of life that is in the possession. And that will ID them because they are still living beings.
Oh, if only I could.
Vitakinesis will not reveal them.
Yeah.
You'll just see that they're a healthy
Yeah.
person. You won't see. You have to know that they're.
And
How about the bio... I mean, I do have... well, you do a little bit of electromanipulation, the sense to let you know.
I can
Yeah.
pull upon it. I don't
Awareness.
innately know it, but I can pull upon it. That, not really, because that just tells you that there is bioelectricity running
You
through
can see
them.
if they're human, alien, etc.
Possibly. We haven't tested that out,
Well,
so we don't know.
we would have to get close enough to find out because unfortunately,
God
all of
bless
that, none of you guys can use those
No.
through me. So we would have to find him.
They had to get close enough to sense him. And the issue is you can't use a lot of other abilities directly, or they will become aware that you're actively looking. And then they're going to go, nope, and they nope the fuck out.
Okay.
Does that at least free the person from the possession?
Yes, or they'll go
Or
they'll go really deep and what?
I'd worry that if they notice being noticed, they might jump over to the
Yes,
noticer.
that's the problem.
Well, none of us want that.
That is 100% one of the problems.
When I made my grand leave of Orgatech, I never saw Alex, did I?
I mean, you've met him before.
Well, I met him,
yeah.
but like he wasn't.
No, you got you got paperwork. You got it was very much a yeah, you got fired
Yes.
for the things that you did.
Yes.
But it was not a direct, like, he didn't call you up or
Yeah,
you didn't
yeah.
go into his office.
It wasn't
It
enough
was
to
actually-
get his direct attention.
No, I mean
That's what I figured.
his name was on the sheet.
Right, but not enough that
But
he's
no.
going to watch me go out the door.
I mean, and you kind of thought in the interim, kind of thought of like they wouldn't have done anything direct because they didn't
Yeah.
want to get close to you.
Right.
Oh,
In retrospect, that makes sense, but yeah.
Wait, do you still have that? Wait, you still have that paper you signed? You still got your pink slip?
Yeah, I think it's framed.
Oh, we have something he's touched. That could be useful later.
Oh, yeah.
That could be useful, actually.
that could potentially help reveal something because they would not, unless they're really actively looking in the past, they wouldn't notice probably anything you're doing.
How much do you know about how much they can interact with clairsentients? Because you're beginning to sound like they're omniscient super beings who can ride my psychic powers like a surfboard. I don't think they can.
I'd rather be paranoid than not.
That's fair.
I don't disagree with that, but there's going to have to come a point where we're going to have to take a crack at it.
Oh yeah, but we have to do it. Here's the big kicker, and I don't mind because I've told you this much. The main goal right now is we have to get our hands on one. We've never been able to. We can get close to them. We've been able to observe them, sort of, but we've never been able to lock one down.
Is that your goal in joining up with us?
If I get an opportunity, I'll absolutely take it. But I don't even know if I can do that. Like, I need the right combination of the right kind of abilities. But first, I need a target. I need to find someone who actually is being possessed by one of them.
Confirmed, yeah.
And no idea if there's going to be any relationship with that particular problem and whatever's happening in Thadiria that we have to,
Correct.
that we only kind of can know about.
I am here because it was asked of me that this would be a good opportunity for everyone involved to help. And I'm here to help. If I get the opportunity to do what I want to do, I'm going to take it. But if I don't encounter them, that's fine. It's not my sole duty in existence. Granted, I would really like to.
Well, if the
believe
opportunity
you, I
presents
think
itself, please be in communication with us. Of course, we'll back you up.
Yeah, I think you're going to get your shot.
I think I will too, but I just have to get the right moment.
I mean, assuming they probably know who we are at this point, or at least have, because we had actually attacked one of them,
Yes.
like directly. So they're probably aware of us. So
And, I mean, we know I know more about that, but I haven't divulged to you. But it's nothing critical. It's more the minutia. Just because the less you know, the safer you guys are until I get your heads clear, and then
A lot of that going around.
yeah, well, we do need to get our heads cleared. That would be really good.
I could
Going to
try,
Siberia is
but
part
it
of
would.
that.
This would be a little touch and go.
All right, so let's get in touch with the Omeo
Beo Macho.
Upeo
Yeah.
Umacho. It is. It's always hard to say. It doesn't matter how many times I say it. We need to get. I guess we'll just get in touch with them and tell them we need a ride.
Yep.
You put in a request for
Enter a support ticket.
Yeah,
Yes.
you do. That is basically what happens. You guys do have you have an account with the Upueo Macho,
Which is super useful, at least.
and you put in a request, and you get a response back fairly soon. It's like you're in queue. When we have a time frame, we will let you know.
Okay. Well, so there's something roiling in that area of space currently that I feel that is some sort of emergence event.
So, do we want to be flying back
Okay.
to the ASIYAH until we get?
I mean, how far off from the ASIYAH? We're not. We're like a day out, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, could we just
Couple
left
hours
the
by
asteroid
Boozy.
by that asteroid?
Before we go, let's make sure. I was going to ask for a checklist of any supplies we might need for.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to get, also, if you're looking to get sliced, diced, implanted, upgraded, sell off shit, now's the time to do it because we're about to be far from home again.
Yep.
Do we want Big Matumbo's railgun? Do you want this?
I mean, it
I
can't
don't
hurt
think
to
it's
have,
bad to have an extra, yeah.
It couldn't hurt to have as a backup if I need to, and I need a bigger gun.
Would it be weird if we continue to call the gun itself the Big Matumbo?
No, it
Yes.
would not
No.
be weird at all.
Okay.
I would actually advocate for it.
I mean, there is a stenciled African name on it.
It already has a name.
Yeah, you pull up your mini comp on it, and it is redacted, not to be said on stream. African swear word with deeply misogynistic undertones.
Well, I'm not calling it that.
Yeah, no.
I feel like that. Ooh, I feel like it should
Filing
be on
it
a
off
list just for
for
reading
the-
that.
Sounds good.
I can't have that on my. Nope.
Yep.
I'm upset.
That's called it's called transmutation.
Let's clean
Much
that up.
better.
Now it's just the Big Matumbo.
Now it's just the big Madumbo. The having a spare one of those is not a bad
I also got
thing.
this psionic distorter thingamajigger, which
That
is going to
we
be.
definitely want to hold on
Yeah,
to.
yeah, the fuzzer is what I've been calling it, but it is.
Actually, yes, please
That could be
put that.
very useful for us.
Yeah.
No, you're right. Yeah,
Cycloak for all.
it really it really only just heavily complicates teleportation and Clairsentient in a lot of ways.
And that's actually
But for them,
It could.
That's-
that's a lot.
yes, because that's how they. As far as I know, as far as has been explained to me, how they operate is they are almost essentially all psi. So they are. That's what they do. They don't do, as far as we know, they
that's-
don't do things like normal, like a person does.
Well, they wouldn't need to physically take hosts if they had a physical form that they could.
But stuff like that. So if they
Yeah.
want to know something, they use Clairsentient to go find it. And if that obscures an area, that could be extremely useful at the right moment.
Well, I'm glad I have it in my back pocket because
Also,
this thing's
if we-
insidious.
Since we are talking about this, something for you, because I know you have translocations. You have the ability. You have enough. if we get in a situation where they're around.
Oh, just lock the integrity down. Yeah, just of course.
Because I can't just innately do that.
By the way, I'm literally grew up with one of the greatest teleporters who's ever lived, so you don't have to tell me how to use the powers.
No. I'm not telling you. I'm just saying that is absolutely an ace in our up our sleeves, because if we can, that's how we keep them from going anywhere.
And now I'm the shittiest teleporter of all time. So.
All right, so you guys resupply, get some stuff picked up, sell off, whatever. You're able to dump those guns pretty easily.
Get some nice little kitty
People who I
toys.
think could use them properly.
Yeah.
I do take a moment to ask Ship's opinion. I mean, to fill Ship in on what's happening and make sure they're okay with us doing this. But,
I mean, well, let's just have that conversation. Yeah. You guys get back to the ASIYAH. And
the
they can release the kitties.
Catnip toys.
You call Ship's attention and says, "Oh, hello. How has things been? You've not been gone for that long, but
it's been very eventful.
Eventful as always.
Oh my. What is there anything I need to know?"
Yes. We have a next destination for our investigation. It's kind of far. We wanted to get your input before we, just teleport you and the rest of us out there.
Certainly. Tell me what you know.
We're heading to Siberia. I put up the location. There's some sort of event going on there, or this area is like heavily hidden. The totality has been pointing very hard to it.
Oh, I see.
And Siberia is one of the key words.
The same keywords that led us to you.
So alongside ASIYAH.
I have no data on that or that area of space.
Makes sense.
I might have at some point, but it does not. I have no recall of it at the moment.
How did they find you? I was not been briefed about that.
Oh well, so when things were going really bad, we were. How did we sort of decide? It's been a while.
So
I have perfect memory, right?
Yeah.
The character has perfect memory.
To recall some of the events of early season 1, you guys were like full in freelance mode since the bad thing happened on Mars, and a persistent thing with Asher was the word ASIYAH.
ASIYAH,
Yep.
And eventually, you found a job that kind of hit that button really hard in the back of your head, and were able to sort of sense the Clairsentients taking this job, which took them to the Epsilon Irodny system, will get you closer to ASIYAH.
Okay.
Right. I was kind of pushed in that direction by my.
Yep.
And the
then we beat up
Bifrost
some-
was the thing to that gateway.
It's some sort of gateway. Yeah, we know that much.
And you haven't gone there.
We have not gone into it, no. We never dug too deep into the...
You know where it is?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I want to know.
Oh,
You've
yeah,
been there, you know where it is.
We know where it is. It's on the same asteroid where we found, or at least part of it is on the same asteroid where we found, or near where we found ASIYAH.
Okay.
It's just we have not delved into that because we kind of got a sort of a shorthand version of what it is.
Bifrost. You had the...
Siberia and Eden.
And so these are the last two you had. You know what Eden is, but you don't know the context.
I mean,
we haven't gone there.
I've seen it.
I don't know why that's something that we need. I don't know why it's in our minds.
The connection, we still haven't quite figured out what the loop is here, what connects all of them together. We'll get...
I will say another thing that you more recently discovered. The reason you have this information is because the Aeon Covenant sent this monolith as a method of helping. But the bulk of that data is either in your minds but corrupted, and the monolith itself is corrupted, so no one's going to go poking it.
Right.
Because there are no quantokinetics left to clear it of its corruption.
So
that's another...
So it's gone into a facility guarded by top men.
And
men.
I mean, if we ever wanted to find it again, if we ever do find the monolith, believe me, I always have a generic sense of the general direction it's in. Right now,
where Mecca is.
That way.
So we are on the mission
general direction towards
to
Mars.
investigate these clues, these places that were sent to help, because we're already corrupted.
Well, now that you've told me that, I would like to go to. Why can't I remember the? Where are we wanting to go again?
Siberia.
Siberia. After we get back from Siberia, let's see what the situation is, because hopefully maybe we've lined up a telepath to help get rid of this corruption. Because if we can do that, then maybe I can line up some other help that can get us to the obelisk and clear that up.
Well, that's interesting because we have like
We've
the telepath proxy has did this, like locked us down. Like
That's
it
why
was the
we're not-
literal proxy of
that's
the
why we're not
telepaths.
raving
Lunatics.
lunatics of corruption.
So
The issue is, well, as far as I have assessed, because we were about to do this a little while back, it's not that you need a telepath. You do need a telepath, because that's going to help unlock what's being locked away. You need a quantikinetic.
well,
Yes.
right. What
Yeah.
I'm saying is we could, if we trust them to not further mess with us, we could request help from. We could just request help from the ministry. Like we.
I need the three of you to roll integrity for
Which
your
three?
integrity. Vega, Alex, and Asher.
Oh.
The three that are messed up.
What do we do to roll
It
integrity
is
now?
going to be either your resolve or your composure plus 1.
Oh, okay.
Let's go with composure.
Yes.
Yeah, it's hits plus 1, by the way.
Well, F you too.
How much momentum we got lying around?
Oh, you have base 1. You always have 1
Oh,
integrity.
okay. Wow.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You roll it and then it's like a defense.
It's like defense. It's just your
Gotcha.
mental and social defense.
Okay. So total of 4.
Yep. Well,
Okay.
that makes perfect sense for
total
Vega,
four.
though.
Okay.
If you need to use momentum, you can.
Yeah, use momentum if you need it.
I mean, I'm kind of curious, to be honest. And it would make sense that she would.
Be
Yeah.
in a more vulnerable position.
Yep.
Yeah, you as like this subject is coming up, you just go back in your mind to Mars. You're starting to replay the events of that, and you remember that. Now that you have more context, it's clearer now. Like you remember taking off your environment gloves and touching it and like starting to trace the symbols and the information, and you make a Dex close combat roll, please. And Nathaniel, please roll your defense.
Yep. I am not
Yep,
juiced
that's
up right
perfect.
now.
Really, really glad we're not in the food court.
Yeah, that would have been a terrible place for this. Well, that's not bad. 3.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. She like reached like she like it's not like a strike. It's more like a palm touch.
Yeah.
She like just her arm just whips up and tries to make contact with your skin.
Oh, sorry.
He
And
does.
that's-
He just whips
and
and touches
that's-
because he
oh, man.
knows he can't.
All right.
He shouldn't touch you.
We should not.
We hit the wall.
Yeah.
We hit the wall.
Yep. Nope.
This is no longer a productive avenue of
We hit the
conversation.
we hit the no talkie wall.
Yep. Nope. I went back.
Look at
I saw
cat.
things. Oh,
So,
Look, kitty court.
Sorry.
Are we playing?
so we'll go to there, and then when we get back,
we'll
we
figure
may
that
be
out.
able to
We'll
do
figure it out.
something about this.
We'll figure it out. Okay. Does anyone want to like? Okay. Well. Yep. That's all I had.
I sent an email to my mom to eventually get to her. Still off on crazy space adventures. Love you.
I will. I will. Send
we'll text to Damien and be like,
a message to my mother.
Okay.
Just
What is the context of that message?
whether or not I know it didn't go the way you want, but I'm still out here killing monsters. The FSA is about to start burning. You should probably hide.
or leave.
Hide your
Or
assets.
Okay. Send that message.
I will send a message. This would have been before we got on the Starlight. Just into a dummy email. Mm-hmm. Like the one of the emails that they check, but
Sure.
we both have the password to the account of going
Right.
going off to Epsilon?
Sidereal?
Sidereal.
God, why can I not put Sidereal in my head?
I know I gave you a system name at some point.
Let me see if it is in.
It might have been in the Epsilon.
It was not in Epsilon.
Oh, was it?
Sidereal was
Okay.
not Epsilon Eridani.
Okay, got it.
Let me look at my long
but-
list of notes here.
Where I'm going to there, contact later. That's all it says. There's no other
Noted.
details.
I just sent an update to Damien.
You
Miss your
can send him a
face.
message. Yeah.
Yeah, miss your face. Going on next chapter.
Nah, I never got the exact name of the system.
I know I gave it to you at some point, but I have since forgotten it.
It's a single. It was the name of the star.
Yeah.
That it was. That is the kind of the entry point, but I don't actually have the name written down, unfortunately.
Cool.
It's all right. We can have it next time.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we should probably invest in some non-lethal weaponry if murdering people is our concern so very, very often. So I'm pretty sure there's like some net launchers, web launchers, or sticky grenades we could probably get on stage on
Oh, yeah,
before we
absolutely.
head out.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So if we want to sort of keep to the not killing people who I know it couldn't have helped as much in this case, but it would feel nicer to have. I look over at our armaments section,
Yeah.
which is just like just scary shit, and like
Yeah.
maybe to have something with a slightly lighter touch.
Little less than shotgun.
And I will, well,
I guess
my,
that's fair.
I will definitely attempt not to. Granted, my first instinct for anyone shooting at me gets what they get, but I understand what you want, and I will attempt to take less lethal measures in the future.
There's only so much we can do when it's civilians who are press ganged into
Right.
shooting at us. They're conscripts.
Yeah, but they are still shooting at you.
Yep. And we're better than they are.
Yeah, you guys can pick up some non-lethal weaponry. You're still
shit
flush
job.
with cash.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Ooh, some good food.
You get a message back about a little over a day later that a teleporter, one of the ones assigned to your case, will be on their way within a week. And so you basically have an appointment set up.
Okay.
As you guys are going about your business, Vega, you get a message from Shell.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. It's a video message. It's says like, "Hey Vega, I just wanted to check up with you and the guys. You guys have been kind of like added to my assignment roster." But I also liked hanging out with you guys. So if you wanted to talk or give me an update, just shoot me a message anytime.
She'll probably just do yeah, we're about to go to the ass end of space again. Might be out of contact for a while, but always good hearing from you. We should catch up when we're back.
Yeah. Okay. About maybe 4 hours later, you get a response. And it says, if you're going to the ass end of space, I could come with. That sounds like a thing that they would want me to, keep tabs on you with. I could, if you guys he knows where you are, unless you've concealed where you're sending the message from.
No, I was sending from the ship.
He's like, I can get out to Absolute Zero if you guys wanted an extra pair of hands out there.
Probably toddle to the group at mealtime, hey guys.
What was it?
Do we think we want Shell with us for this?
Yeah, man.
As much as I hate not being the smartest person in the room, yes.
You haven't met
You
him
haven't met
yet.
him. He's great.
He's really awesome.
Them, by the way.
he's
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
He starts giving you the description of Shell.
Wait, you did meet him. You did meet him.
It is a he, him, right?
It's them.
Them.
They, them.
Them.
Oh,
No, it's fine.
Oh, no.
No.
is there some
there
drama
bad blood?
llamas?
Oh, not drama llamas. Just on a couple of my liaisons with Aeon, during my Legion days. I encountered Shell a few times, and it was always brisk.
Well, they're a motherfucker and a Varg, so
They are
I'm
not.
aware that that's a one motherfucker in a Varg. That's the problem.
The real complication is if you want to keep your identity and abilities secret from Aeon,
Right.
As they are they're who I've been reporting to.
I would like the extra pair of hands, but as an abundance of caution, I would ask them not to come along because I do not know them. I know they are powerful and capable, but I do not know.
You make a very valid point.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to walk on eggshells
If we're keeping your secret.
if
it
we're
will be-
keeping that
Yeah.
under wraps. And for now,
Not until I've gotten a better basis on either them or my people are in a more secure situation.
Yeah, I mean, that's one reason I figured I'd check with everybody before I was just like, hell yeah, man. So,
Thank
that's
you for
fair.
asking.
so if you want to sort of let them down easy on this one,
Oh, yeah, well, I already
Well,
told them, like, I didn't tell them specifically. I just told them we're going to the ass end of space and
Oh,
we'll be back.
well-
when we're back, we'll catch up.
well, we can give them the nug of the FSA is probably going to start boiling over pretty soon. Not that that's like not particularly clear to everybody, but I don't
Maybe
think
also a heads up on.
maybe they don't understand exactly how
Orgatech.
soon,
Yeah.
or Orgatech is going to start boiling over in some way. So maybe,
That
Yeah,
would
I
probably
can-
be a good thing
a
to,
fo-
to
especially if they're already Earthside.
Yeah, if they're still out that way. Okay, yeah, I can give them basically a nice shiny distraction. Well, not really distraction. Side mission.
A side
Other
mission,
mission.
that is going to be very helpful for us and keep our secret.
Yep. Yeah, so she'll just send back like, I think we've got this, but you might want to keep an eye on Earth. Seems like something is going to happen with FSA and could be a schism coming with Orgatech.
Get another response back within 4 hours. It's like, all right, well, I definitely want to catch up when you guys get back, but good to know. I'll keep an eye on it.
Absolutely. Smiley face.
okay, progress. Smiley face.
So the person who's kind of my commanding officer is talking to you.
Jeez.
That's not nothing.
No. They are very nice.
Yep.
Yep. They are.
Yeah, keep
they're,
that date when we get back.
they're cool. Yep. I'm down for that.
Oh, think of all the horrors you'll have seen by then. Plenty of things to talk
Oh,
about.
that's
Yeah, don't
just
worry about war
ruined that
stories.
right there.
It's a little bit of my job.
We're gonna have such a nice time, and now.
We can't all be Captain Come Down all the time. Sometimes I can.
I think it's just an icebreaker.
Well done. Nuts.
If I knew more about where we were getting ourselves into, I would be probably more for allowing them to come with us.
No,
but
dude,
This
it's
is
valid.
fine. It's they're gonna be able to do a lot of good work on their side.
I
of
know
things.
something's up with Shell. I just don't know what it is.
And they'll also be able to keep a better eye,
Yeah.
so maybe when we come back and reconvene, they can give us some information on what has happened while we've been away with the FSA and shit.
And also maybe introductions that aren't. And now we're on a very long road trip.
That would
Might,
also be
Yeah.
good. Like I don't know how long this transit will take and how long we're gonna be out there. So
Should I send them a mixtape?
that's on you. That's your choice.
When we
got
get
his
back,
beats.
say, here's what I was thinking of, thought you might like it on my trip.
That's smooth.
All right. Any last minute preparations before heading out into the great beyond?
Nope.
I picked
No,
up,
I think we're good.
I picked up a sonic pistol and a web emitter.
Okay.
Web emitter carbine.
Engage.
Good idea, actually.
Absolutely.
I should
Hit it.
find
So-
similar weapons. Is
Yeah.
that the best?
Those have entangling and non-lethal properties in case we want to stun. Basically, they're stun guns.
And
yeah,
anyone,
I'd
say, what is it called?
anyone can always pull your punch, which is you don't do that initial point of damage, and you get a free hit to do another trick.
Even with like a beam weapon.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep. Yeah.
So, sorry, you got
No, you're not going to do damage, so you've got to figure out what else you can do.
what else
But
you do with your tricks?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
sonic,
There are
son-
plenty of options.
sonic pistol and web emitter. It's just something to add to the arsenal. You'll never know when it's going to be useful to have a sticky grenade.
Yeah,
I'd also have you fix my bio.
Kind of a net
yeah,
launcher.
yeah, you guys have time to fix all of your shit.
Yeah.
Everything's
big
fixed.
juicy bombs. I end up using both of those.
I don't think you have used any of the big juicy bombs.
Yeah,
That's
no.
what I do.
But yeah, so you guys get some preparations.
that.
Obviously, we can talk about anything in between games.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because you guys have time for it, and time and money to make it happen. But yeah, eventually, another teleporter pops onto the bridge of your ship at the appointed time. This one is a older Irish man, like a lot of silver in the red of his beard, who shows up and very very brusque and businesslike, is all like, all right, I see here that I'm to activate a teleportational helm with given psi coordinates.
Here they are, and here are the
Please.
coordinates.
All right. Okie dokie. Well,
Set us up for the return trip.
yes, of course. That's the function of the device.
Okay, wonderful.
Make sure. Yes, I will. Once you're there, you should definitely commit your own psionic power into the device so that it has the power for the return trip. As my commitment to it will fade fairly quickly. Don't want to leave you stranded out there.
Appreciate it.
We don't want to be stranded out there.
He focuses a little bit of it, puts his hands on the helm, and is like, 10 out. Pretty far.
Not kidding.
Yeah.
All right, well, best of luck to you all. And for you, the transit time is nothing.
Right.
But it is though for you, it is though he just disappears off of your bridge. But then the external sensors start to pick up the different data. It's been about 5 hours transit time as the eternal clock kind of syncs up.
Buffering.
And you're in space.
That's good to know. I'm glad we're in space.
You're in space.
still in space.
We're in a giant tree.
The sort of the onboard sensors are scanning. The first thing that is detected is the sun, which is a very very small sun. Not a lot of. It's certainly not the size of Sol. Not quite like White Dwarf, but a pretty diminutive one.
Okay.
So it's a much older sun?
Yeah, much older sun or just smaller.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's in that kind of like, if Jupiter had a little more chutzpah
Yeah.
kind of sun. That is the first thing that gets detected. And as a couple of minutes go by, I'm assuming you guys are on the sensors taking a look at things.
Yeah.
Only one planet. Gas giant. No rocky inner planets. No asteroid belt to speak of.
Strange.
I need a science roll.
I can sort of do that.
That can help.
Did you just want one person or all of us, or?
Go with our best, and if anyone wants to,
I would like to assist.
y'all can do a teamwork roll if you so desire as you're going over the data.
Okay.
Okay, I would like to do.
Will, while I'm at it, lightning calculator, apply it all, which is things that require a computer for calculating, like routes, odds, stars.
Yes, that will apply.
Okay.
Ooh, I rolled very, very well.
Well, feel free to use as much momentum as you like. Even if you rolled very low. Never mind. Don't even bother.
That's it.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is 9 total for me.
Okay. So you guys,
I add one.
yeah. So you guys start like analyzing the data, and when you kind of like align the ship and start looking and you move it out a little bit to try and get a better view, because there was something weird about it when you sensed this. Like there was something strange and artificial about like looking at this system. So you're trying to pin that down, and you eventually position the ship in such a way to see something just devastatingly odd. At a certain point, like on the other side of the system where you guys are, the stars misalign somehow. Like there's like, and you begin to detect, and like you start analyzing it, and there is a unbelievably massive form of energy field that is being projected from somewhere in the orbit of that gas giant, and it goes out into the stars. As you're like beyond this solar system,
like we're seeing the distortion field.
Yeah, you're seeing a distortion field that, as you guys are collecting data, you can only think that the function of this, based off like how far and wide it's going out, is this is designed to obscure whatever is on the other side of it from astronomical distances.
Somebody made something or built something.
Well, now that I'm closer to it, it can't.
I cannot stress how far this extends out. This extends out in all directions from this out into beyond this system's the Kuiper belt or Oort cloud. It stretches just vastly out into space.
I mean,
So we're only able to see it because we teleported in on the
Yeah.
other side of it,
Well,
basically.
this is a good start to the
Does
story.
it seem spherical, like it's surrounding the system?
No,
and
it is. The system
or
is
is it-
on the outside of the field, essentially, and you're not like orbiting, being what it is. Obviously,
Yeah.
this gas giant has a ridiculously long orbit, but yeah, this field is just blanketing out off into the stars, in a very like clearly artificial way, as such as to obscure this section of space for who knows how many light years this goes on, to prevent a false star field when looked at from an astronomical distance.
Just so I'm clear, this is to fool someone from outside looking toward the system, or
Yes.
from we are looking out. Okay, that's
From
all I
from
wanna make sure.
outside looking in.
Right.
And we're close. We're very much closer to it. So
you
that's
can-
how we can see that there is a field there, but we're not in the field, so
You're
we
not
don't
in
see
the field.
past it.
You're not. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
we're
not.
on the
You're
back
yeah,
end.
you're on the back end. You're on the outside of it.
Yeah, we're just really close to it.
And like the calculations start to come in from the ship's computers, like taking in some like other astronomical data, and it brings up some points. Like now that like you can really see the field, you calculate like, okay, what's a real star? What's a false star? And like galactic west, galactic east, galactic north, five light years in each direction, there are 4 other real stars that seem to be a part of the same system, exactly placed 5 light years apart.
Well, that's not normal.
So
Like a
there's
projection.
So there's a
Yeah.
fake. So there's a fake hologram wall on an interstellar scale.
To hide these very suspiciously aligned stars.
Ship. Question: the people who used to man the ship. They were obviously quantum users, and they had extraordinary sensory abilities. Would they interface with you at all with those abilities?
The captain was a Nova. The rest of the crew were baselines.
Okay.
The captain and I operated in simpatico sometimes, as was based off of his personality. Yes, we did have some sort. We did act in connection.
The reason why is I have extraordinary abilities that interface with the quantum field. I cannot link up with Asher because of your condition. And so it's best to see if I can maybe able to work through the ship.
We could attempt such a thing.
I may be able to pierce a measure of what we're seeing.
Oh, I was just about to, once we did all the science, I was just going to,
You could do that too.
I mean, I can, it's still just a projection, right? Like, it's not physically that, if it's,
It is essentially a hologram on the scale
of
that
value.
you didn't think
scale.
no one
Of
would
solar system.
Literally cosmological scale.
But now that we're this close,
You can give it a roll and let's see what happens. I was basically going to use quantum sense, but I was planning to use it through the ship to extend out and get a better idea of, like, because it's so massive, to see if I could see if it's a power or it's device or something like that.
That's like, yeah. I might be able to at least lock into it, not on galactic scale at this point. Like, we might actually be close enough to something where I can.
I mean, you could also just link with Alex, who also has some quantum sense,
That too. Okay, never mind that.
Yep.
and not risk it. Okay, yeah. If you guys want to,
So yeah, you reach out
Suss
that
it
way. I'll
out?
reach out this way.
Thank you, ship. Never mind.
Still worth looking into at some point. That'd be
Yes.
very interesting.
yes, I think that might take more time and work than. Well, we
I just
have
rely
time.
on some quantum sense, right?
Yeah. You just have my range.
Right. I only got one success. May I use some
Oh yeah,
some
do it.
momentum?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Burn it up.
What should we go to, you think?
Well,
And don't forget, you can spin side to give yourself enhancement now when you activate powers. So if you don't normally get enhancement,
Or
you can.
I mean, if you guys wanted that half enhancement boost, you could spend that 3 of that that momentum.
You should.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and do that.
So I've got. I mean, I can have a shit ton. Like I can have 9? I think I have 9 hits. Yeah.
Well, the most enhancement you can have on any roll is 3.
Do I still get enhancement for upcasting though, for
Yes.
downcast, like the full
Yes.
whack? Because
Yep.
I get like 4, right?
Yep.
Okay.
But it always caps at, just remember,
Okay.
cap is the 3. There are a few exceptions, but but that's basically it.
Okay. Well, yeah. In that case, I have 8.
Okay. So yeah, you cast out through his senses, checking this thing out. Your senses are immediately drawn to like one of the moons of that gas giant. There is a very clearly quantum-powered technological station that is like a quantum effect is behind this. Which is incredibly interesting. There's a lot to play in there. However, the ship's sensors start to begin displaying incoming, as there are some fast movers coming your way. And we are going to find out about that next time on Trading
Why did I think that there weren't any people here?
I know.
No,
Just
no.
a giant hologram that can cover
You might
entire
notice
solar
somewhere,
systems.
Taking a look.
It's fine.
All right. Well, thank you guys for playing. Thank you guys for watching. If you'd like to support the show and the channel, please go to patreon.com/SimulacraStudios. Become a patron. Get access to our Discord. Talk with us. Role play with us. Because casting calls go out there first. And yeah, we'll see what kind of hornet's nest you guys have stirred up.
Glad I
We
got all
should've
those
fly-
non-lethal weapons.
We should have flied casually. That's all I
that
can
was our
think of.
mistake.
Yeah, we should have flied
You
casually.
did not say that you were flying casually, so I had to.
You
of
had to really
course.
fuck us on this one.
Yeah,
All right.
Exactly.
no.
All right. See you guys next week.
Bye.